Jason Rzucidlo reporting from the North American International Auto Show, being joined by David Champion of Consumer Reports. How are you today?
Doing well, thank you. It's a long show, but we're making it through.
So, what are your overall thoughts on the 2010 North American International Auto Show?
Well, it's more of a sensible show this year. In the past, it's usually been, we've got the biggest horsepower, we've got the biggest towing capacity, we've got the biggest, the best in class, etc., etc. This year, it's much more sensible. They're cars that people would actually buy. There's a lot more focus on small cars, fuel-efficient cars. There's a big push towards electric vehicles, which is still some years off for the, for the general public, but still a lot of interest with the cars that are going on.
So, which vehicles at the show this year would you recommend, have high ratings for the consumers?
Well, if you look at what Ford's doing, Ford's really been improving their reliability year after year. They've got a nice portfolio of vehicles now, especially with the Fiesta coming out later this year and the Focus early next year. Honda and Toyota still lead the pack in terms of producing the best overall vehicles, but we're seeing some good vehicles from General Motors. The problem with General Motors vehicles is that they've got some great vehicles coming out. We're just not that sure about the reliability at the moment.
So now, which vehicles do you think have increased their quality over the years?
I think cars in general are getting better and better year after year. We've seen probably the biggest increase in the quality of the cars coming from Ford. The reliability of their cars has improved year after year in stages. So it's not sort of a flash in the pan, it's a concerted effort to get there. And when you look at family sedans in Consumer Reports ratings, you'd think the Camry would be on top. It's a perennial, poster child for reliability. But the V6 is only average, the four-cylinder is a little bit below average, but at the top of the charts is the Ford Fusion and Mercury Milan.
Oh, okay. All right. So now, what are your thoughts on the electric vehicles that are here?
There's a lot of very interesting electric vehicles. The Leaf, the Nissan Leaf is coming out. BYD has got some vehicles. There's a lot of emphasis towards electric vehicles. There's still the problem with electric vehicles is the range that the vehicle can go on a charge and how long it takes to charge. When you look at where we went from the horse and cart to the automobile was an improvement over the horse and cart in terms of what we were used to. When we come to electric vehicles, there's a lot more compromises people have to do to live with an electric vehicle. Much more of a, make sure it's plugged in, plan where you're going, plan that you have enough time. If you've gone a distance, that you have enough time at a plug-in place to actually recharge the battery so you can get home. So, yes, electric vehicles will come, but we're also going to have to change our habits to a certain.
So you've been here all day. You notice a lot of these companies have had their press conferences. Now, Chrysler over here decided not to have a conference this year. Do you think that was maybe a mistake, or what do you think?
I think Chrysler doesn't have an awful lot new to talk about, but Chrysler needs to be seen as a player, and I think it's probably a mistake in some ways not to have a press conference to say, this is what we've got, this is what's coming in the future. We do have a future in the US and in the global automotive world. So I would have said that they should have had a press conference just to reassure people that they do have a future.
Now over there they have that Fiat small car. Do you think that's going to be popular here in the US, or what do you think about that vehicle?
I think it's a cute little car. When you look at Mini is a bigger vehicle than that, and some people think the Mini is too small, to drive on the freeways with big trucks and things like that. Being that it's actually smaller than the Mini, I think it's going to have a limited sales.
So any other comments here on the North American International Auto Show this year?
In terms of some of the cars that are coming out, the Honda CR-Z being a small coupe, being a hybrid, and then we also have the VW coupe that's just been released, which is a hybrid as well. We're going to see, I think, more personalized cars like coupes being hybrids to expand that range of vehicles that people can buy.